Marko, Juras here from Fair Realty, and I have a cash buyer for your property, but we're just going to make it subject to inspection, insurance, and title subjects. That's a commonly used phrase I hear out there in the industry, which I'm kind of surprised that my colleagues realtors use, because any competent realtor should really know that there isn't really a huge difference between a cash buyer and a non-cash buyer. At the end of the day, whether the seller is getting $600,000 cash from the buyer or whether the seller is getting $600,000 from the buyer via a mortgage and cash, at the end of the day, the buyer gets cash minus their payout in terms of a mortgage, etc. So really what people should look at is the offer conditional? Is the offer unconditional? Let me give you an example. Let's say you have a buyer for your property, and you have two buyers for your property, and the first buyer makes an offer subject to 3 business days. They want to verify some financing, and they want to do an inspection. They want 3 business days. You get a second offer. That other offer, it's not subject to financing. It's a cash buyer, and they want to make their offer 10 days subject to inspection. Which one are you going to go for? You're probably going to go for the one that's 3 days because it doesn't tie up your property for 10 days. So the whole cash buyer thing is always really interesting to me. And the reason it's interesting because that buyer that has just subject to inspection, he or she can walk away for any reason based on inspection. So it wouldn't be unheard of a buyer that needs financing to make an offer only subject to inspection, and they just don't put the financing condition in the contract. Something doesn't work out, they walk away based on the inspection. Obviously, if you waive the financing inspection, you can't have an appraiser coming through or things like that, but it doesn't prevent the buyer from looking at their finances during that period that they have to do an inspection. So the term "I have a cash buyer" really, in my opinion, means very little unless that cash buyer is making a completely unconditional offer. Unconditional offer, then you know you have a real bona fide cash buyer, and if you sign as the seller, it's a done deal. That's it for this week. Marko, Juras, Fair Realty.